Well, hello, folks. Oh boy, do we have a cool one for you today. I don't want to give too much away, but if you want to see a guy who's passionate about his car, this is that car, and Dean is that guy. Lee, his partner in crime, wants us to put together a '69 SuperBee for him. You got it, Lee. Oh, this car is so pretty. Let's make it prettier. Now, I don't have a better blister for remounting, so I'm saving this one. And just like that, we're off to the races. Well, after I admire this outstanding paint job that I'm about to ruin. Now, the body on Dean's car is virtually identical to this one, so it's really just going to be a paint job, some decals, and a rim swap. We'll start with the pegs, obviously. Well, maybe we'll start with the pegs. I may have pushed with just a little too much gusto there. Oh well, it's easy enough to fix. Let's get it off to the goo. Now, I've had some problems with Mattel's red paints before. I'll bet you a golden dollar that this is going to be the same way. Would you look at that? I was right. Alrighty, so round two. Yeah, that's better. Now I'll get it polished up and prepped for primer. I really want this thing to shine, and since I don't have the exact paint that Dean used for his SuperBee, I'm going to use the prettiest metal flake blue that I've got. First though, primer. Here you'll see that some of the paint still didn't come off. Whatever Mattel uses in the red paint should be used as armor for the Abrams. There we go. Finally, some forward progress. Luckily, the casting is virtually unflawed. No body repairs, no major adjustments, just a good, clean cast. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Let's get into the primer. Since there's no other major steps between the primer and the paint, I'm just going to put the paint on it right now. This is that really pretty cobalt metal flake that I was talking about. This car is going to be beautiful. Maybe not as nice as the real thing, but a pretty close representation, I think. And now, our first attempt at that killer SuperBee stripe on the rear quarters and over the trunk. I will tell you that recreating this stripe in 1/64th scale so that it didn't look ridiculous was, let's just say it was difficult. Also, for whatever reason, it didn't want to stay put. Oh, it looks so good the first time around. Now, Dean's car has two split paints. The hood is black and the roof is white. I'm going to do a majority of the work on the roof, then hand it off to Foggy for some of the finer chrome details, as well as the hood. This is really starting to look like something. I figure it's about time to start on that wheel design while Foggy's working on the finer details. Emulating the rim design on Dean's car won't be that difficult. It's a 5-star rim. Easy peasy. Yeah, that's not terrible. I'll get these off to the 3D printer and start on the interior. That is, just as soon as I repair the damage from dropping the car on the floor, restrip it, reprimer it, repaint it, and redetail it. We had a long night. You know, for having to do it twice without having screwed it up the first time, Foggy was pretty calm about all this. Let's get the other half of that stripe on and start wrapping this thing up. I almost forgot to add a couple of pretty major chrome details. As soon as I'm finished done with the chrome, I'll test fit everything and make sure it all fits back together properly. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's get the rims painted and mounted onto the tires, and I think we might be able to call this thing done. I have to tell you, as far as builds go, this one has been really easy, especially considering that we had to do it twice. I love it when a plan comes together. It's going to sit just a little lower than it should, but it's still going to be way prettier than most of the other cars we do on this channel. Before we get on to the glamour shots, I want to send a special thank you out to Lee and Dean from NSB Customs. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for allowing us to take care of this build for you. Your dart is coming soon. Man, that looks good. Let's get on to the glamour shots.